Tonight on News 5 Live, remains of former PM Esquivel transported for viewing, arrests made in killing of young Belmopan woman, and a BTL technician's accidental death is under investigation. These stories and more up next on News 5 Live.
We have been a partner with Smart for over 10 plus years. We have a full Smart plan we use as our major driver for our business. We have a service that rolls over in that if you call one and it is busy, it rolls over to the next line. So once you call us, you can get us at any time. Before we got this Smart service, we were paying upwards of nearly $2,000 in phone bills. Since we've had our Smart service, we pay an average of about $600. So we've had tremendous saving, more than 50%. For the businesses, if you want to save money, switch to Smart because it is far more cost effective and the service is excellent.
Smart continues to be innovative in bringing new technology and meaningful savings during these challenging times to businesses across Belize. Sign up for our VoIP technology or broadband packages and save more.
Do people actually hear from God? Are there really angels and demons? Okay, now that's just unbelievable. In our next series, we're going beyond the Google search and facing the tough questions. It's time to take on the skeptic and eliminate the doubt. From inconceivable to unimaginable, we're talking about the Bible's most unbelievable truths. Every second of this series will be worth your while. Believe it or not.
Are you looking for the right product to keep your family and your home safe? Then Spark Alcohol is exactly what you've been looking for. It prevents the spread of many diseases. It's also fast drying, safe, and conveniently packaged in a spray bottle. Protect your family and your home with Spark Alcohol. Exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited.
If you're looking for low-cost television advertising, have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you save valuable time and money. Call us today at 223-0146 or visit us at our offices on Pony Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
At Benquip, we offer a complete line of Honda products featuring the most trusted and reliable line of motorcycles in Belize. For outdoor and marine recreation, we have Polaris ATVs and UTVs, Honda Outboards, and Volvo Pentamarine solutions. When it's time to service your vehicle or equipment, you can find the brands you trust at Benquip. We carry a large inventory of Castrol oils, NGK spark plugs, and a full range of cleaning products from Magic. Get power when you need it with Kohler and Honda generators. We also have trimmers and lawnmowers from Honda and Husqvarna, so you can keep your yard and surroundings properly maintained. So visit Benquip today at 3 miles on the Philip Golson Highway to get the equipment, parts, and service you need.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, February 15th. I am Sabrina Daly. On Monday evening, Edwin Shaw, a service operations and maintenance technician for BTL, fell to his death while working on a company project in the Cayo district. The company says they are investigating the incident and has issued a message of condolence. Shaw joined Belize Telemedia Limited in January of 2017 and was in the Consumer Sales and Service Operations West Department at the time of his death. News 5's Paul Lopez was in Belmopan today to learn more about the incident and Shaw's life outside of his career at BTL.
Belize Telemedia Limited employee Edwin Shaw was on the job in Ruin Creek on Monday when tragedy struck. The utility pole he was working on suddenly collapsed, plunging Shaw to his death. He and a co-worker had been conducting operations at Jubilee Ministries when the incident occurred. Jason Twist is an elder at the church. He was inside the building with Shaw's co-worker when they heard the lamppost crash to the ground.
We heard a loud bang, and then from there, we realized that something seriously happened.
Shaw was found motionless on the ground. Next to him was the ladder he used to climb to the top of the post. At his feet, lying flat on the ground, was the post that had been standing tall only moments before.
We couldn't do anything. We couldn't touch the guy. You know, his partner that was working with him said, let's not touch him. But from the moment we saw him there, we realized that he was gone. No movement.
An initial investigation has revealed that the post was decayed below the surface of the ground. As a result, the pressure of Shaw's body weight and his ladder could have caused the post to snap. Twist says it was impossible to tell with just a glance that the condition of the post below surface was significantly deteriorated.
There was no way to tell that that post was rotting. You know, you have to look way down to see because it snapped away from the bottom, from the base, right? And I don't know how many other posts is like that, but my goodness, when we saw that post on the ground, it was really hollow inside at the bottom.
Shaw's death has gripped the Mayan community with sadness. When he was not on the road carrying out his duties, he was creating cultural music alongside his lifetime friend, Alex O. He and Shaw were garnering local and regional attention for their unique blend of Punta Rock music and Maya lyrics.
We got into music because of the COVID, where it was that took over the world. And as young men, we brought out music. His first release was Corona in Mopan Maya, where we did together. And when he did it, it was a hit in the Maya community. So we decided that it's something we really love to do. And we decided that we want other cultures to get involved. And that's why we did the music with Brakdong background, where it's from the Creole culture. And we also do Punta, where it's from the Garifuna. So we add our Maya lyrics to the music to give it a combine to all cultures, you know. But Edwin is a very talented young man, young individual.
Both men have been friends for the last decade, or introduced Shaw to the keyboard as a child. As adults, they opened a music studio together in Belmopan, where Shaw was preparing for his first musical gig in Mexico. Alex O says he would give anything to have one last moment with his friend.
The name of the studio, when it started, was SMG Studio. So after a while, we changed it and we said, since we're doing Maya, we should change the studio name to Amaya. So we changed it to Akawada Studio. And Akawada in Maya means, you don't say it. It's really, really hard being front here thinking about it, you know, but Edwin was a really good friend of mine. And I would like to speak to him one more chance, like you said. And I would tell him, you know, Ed Akawada, meaning it's our phrase, you know.
At home, Shaw and his common-law wife were expecting his first child. Aurelio Shaw, Edwin's cousin, was like a brother and an advisor.
I'm a little older than him, and he would ask me a lot of personal questions. And he asked me, he said, by Shaw, because I'm also Shaw, you know. And he asked me on one occasion, just recently actually, he said, boy, you know, I want to be a daddy, you know. You think that I'll change by, you know, you think that I'll change with my music? I tell him, no man, your child will be proud of you because you have big hits, you know. You want to be, we superstar, you know, here in Belize.
Aurelio Shaw is calling for a thorough investigation into the tragic incident.
To me, there is no kind of compensation that would total the loss that occurred, you know. But I also want to say that I think the DJ and even BTL need to be very careful and to take more I guess, ownership of their employees, whereas they ensure that their safety is a priority, that, you know, and that they're well cared for, you know, and in this case that a proper investigation occur and that there is no such boycotting or wherever they say, oh, this happened because of his fault or whatever.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Investigations are being carried out into the death of Edwin Shaw. Belize Telemedia Limited has an agreement with the Belize Electricity Limited to use utility poles for their operations. BTL, as we understand, pays BEL a fee to run their wires on the poles. BTL has issued a release noting that they, along with BEL and all other relevant authorities, are currently conducting a thorough investigation into this unfortunate incident. The release says, quote, "This is undeniably a horrible incident that has never occurred before," unquote. BTL extended their condolences to Shaw's wife and family and also his work family. Additionally, BEL issued a release expressing condolences to the family and also indicates that an investigation is being carried out. We will continue to follow this story. It was a somber moment today as the remains of two-time Prime Minister Dr. Sir Manuel Esquivel were escorted to the House of Culture in Belize City for the official viewing. The two-day event culminates on Wednesday with a ceremonial send-off and is part of a state memorial that has been accorded for the late Sir Manuel Esquivel and which will be carried live on this station. Simultaneously across from the House of Culture, in the new building on the compound, a cabinet session took place. Prime Minister John Briceño took a break at 2 p.m. and was escorted into the building, where the official viewing began. Other dignitaries, including Leader of the Opposition Shine Barrow, Chief Justice Michelle Arana, and Belize City Mayor Bernard Wagner arrived to pay their respects. Just after 3 p.m., at the conclusion of the cabinet meeting, government ministers then made their way into the House of Culture to pay their respects. Here are some of the notable moments. A number of prominent UDP members attended today's event, including Albert Area Representative Tracy Panton and UDP stalwart and former party whip Michael Finnegan, who was joined by Philip Willoughby. In the company of Esquivel's youngest daughter, Ruth, an emotional Finnegan saluted and bid farewell to the former PM.
Of my family and the people I love closely, I want to say that we love the earth you walk on. Goodbye, my friend.
Sir, I heard your very moving remarks with the urn of Sir Manuel. What was the message that you had to give? Why was it important for you to come here and do it?
Because I believe that all he went through and what all the naysayers had to say and what they are saying now and all the political pundits, I said to him just now, history has absolved you, my friend. And I've said to him finally that on behalf of myself, my family, and my broader family, that we love the earth he walked on.
Today's event began with a motorcade from Esquivel's family home on Daly Street to the House of Culture, where on Wednesday, the official ceremony for a state memorial will take place. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports on day one of the event.
The state memorial for the late Dr. Sir Manuel Esquivel commenced at 1 p.m. sharp, as Lady Katia Esquivel and one of her daughters were escorted into a waiting pickup. Out came 4 BDF soldiers, one of whom carried the remains of the former two-time Prime Minister in an urn. As the national anthem was played by the BDF band, it was a solemn moment as residents stood watch while his children and grandchildren walked behind them. The motorcade traveled down Queen Street over the Swing Bridge and onto Albert Street before making its way to the final stop at the House of Culture on Regent Street. While vehicular traffic was barred from obstructing the path of the motorcade, some residents braved the rains to witness the event.
I remember running in the Belize City Council election in 1996 and 2003. And I still have the letter that he signed thanking me for participating and contributing where I can. It is really a sad day to see someone like Dr. Manuel Esquivel leaving us in the way he did. He had a lot to offer, and I was able to glean some of that little history from him. So it is really a sad day, and personally, I think he stands out as the best Prime Minister this country has ever seen. I don't think many people would argue with that.
Due to COVID regulations at the House of Culture, the white picket fence and the military and police guards separated a few residents who carried umbrellas, paying their respects from a distance.
I'm just out here to pay my respect for our past leader of the country. Some might say didn't do very much good, but to me, everyone who leads the country did something good for the country. So I'm just here to pay my respect for a man who served the country as a...
Do you have any memory of him when he was a leader or anything like that? How old were you when that?
Well, I would say I was a young boy. I was early teenager, I would say. So I won't have many fond memories, but the only memories that sticks around will be the one that they broadcast on the news. I won't say what it is. Everyone know what they broadcast on the news, but I would say there are other better things to say about the man than that, so I would not say that.
The official viewing began just after 2 p.m. when Prime Minister John Briceno was escorted into the state room inside the House of Culture. The media wasn't allowed to enter the compound, but we did manage to capture the arrivals. Leader of the opposition, Shine Barrow, was also among the list of government officials to attend.
He did not want a funeral, he wanted a celebration with musicians. So that we have in common, I being a musician and very passionate for the fine arts. And what I contemplate about Sir Dr. Esquivel, as I had said in my Facebook post, was his prudent and collective governance. in speaking to people who were there in that era, one of the things that is most noteworthy about his leadership is the fact that he did not do things for individuals, but he did things for the collective. So it was never about a quid pro quo as much as it was about the nation and having systematic impact, collective impact.
Dr. Sir Manuel Esquivel had wanted to be a physicist and shared his love of science with his students. He later got involved in politics and went on to become Prime Minister in 1984 and then again in 1993. Union Senator and National President of the Belize National Teachers Union, Elena Smith, also paid her respects to the former physics teacher.
Not everybody may have appreciated, his leadership style and the way he managed things when he was the Prime Minister. But I think for the most part, we have not heard too many negative things about his leadership. And so this is a time for us to pay tribute, to his work, to his contributions to our country. But also for me, he was a teacher. And so for me as a teacher, as a leader of the Teachers Union, I thought it was fitting for me to be here, not just as a parliamentarian, but also in my role as a teacher and as a union leader as well. Having had a teacher, rise up to that rank, it is our hope, and I hope it's the hope of our younger teachers, that one day, I may be too old for that now, but there must be somebody in the profession who may have that kind of an aspiration and can one day also become the Prime Minister of our country.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Coming up, the Commissioner of Police comments on the curfew. Details when we return.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "But as it is written, eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God." The story is told of a precious little boy who was born blind. His parents did all within their power to find help for him. Doctor after doctor and surgeon after surgeon was consulted in an effort to find hope for his healing and the restoration of his eyesight. At last a surgeon was found who offered the family and the little boy hope. The day of surgery arrived and the delicate surgery was performed. The recovery was slow and only a small amount of light was to be let in slowly day after day. Then the big day came. The mother led him outdoors and uncovered his eyes, and for the first time he saw the sky and the earth and said, "Oh, Mother," he cried, "why didn't you tell me it was so beautiful?" She burst into tears and said, "I tried to tell you, dear, but you could not understand me." This is also true spiritually. God has prepared such a wonderful life and future for you that you cannot understand it with a human mind. However, as we come to know Christ through faith, God gives us the Holy Spirit who enables us to see through our spiritual and heavenly eyes sights too great to behold. And we too cry out, "Why did someone not tell me sooner?" Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Digi, the premier name in voice and data, is also the country's leading provider of innovative services and solutions for small business and enterprise. At Digi Business, we offer solutions, tools, and applications to support your business needs. Reduce costs, improve efficiency, and excel in a changing world where no idea is too big and no task is too small. From technology advising to design implementation and management, our team of qualified solution sales and specialists can develop a reliable and robust infrastructure, allowing you to spend more time on what matters most, your business. Visit us online to explore how DigiBusiness innovative products and solutions can help your business reduce costs and improve efficiency.
body of a man discovered in the Stan Creek district has been identified by family members. Police say a missing persons report from Steadfast Village led to a search of the area, and on Monday, a body with chop wounds was found near a creek. The deceased was identified as Filberto Ramirez, a Belizean construction worker from Steadfast. Initial investigations reveal that Ramirez had been with 5 other men at a house in the village on Saturday, but family members reported he has not been seen since. Police are investigating. In an update to a weekend story, police have charged a youth from Roaring Creek, Cayo, for the shooting death of 20-year-old Karina Andrews. 19-year-old Jaheim Lopez was charged today for the murder in connection with Saturday night's incident that left at least 4 others wounded. According to reports, Andrews and 2 female friends were getting a lift home from a night spot in Belmopan when another vehicle pulled up, and an occupant fired shots into the van, killing Andrews and wounding Joshua Jones, Devon Vasquez, and Emerson Rayburn. A witness protection program is yet to be put in place to ensure the safety of persons who are willing to cooperate with prosecutors during trials. By and large, the Belize Police Department has had serious challenges getting witnesses to testify in court, particularly where murder cases are concerned. Legislation was introduced during the last House meeting that would make way for a program to be implemented that would allow witnesses to testify in court under the condition of anonymity. This morning, on Open Your Eyes, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams spoke about the difficulties that law enforcement has had with getting witnesses to cooperate.
We have to be real and we have to be fair. And we have to do an analysis to see what is the reason why the society, people, are not cooperating with the justice system. And one of the main reasons that we have heard is that people fear their lives. They fear that if they were to give a statement to the police on a crime that they may have witnessed, that they can become a victim. And that sense of feeling is real. We have seen it played out many times. And so what is being done again, and I must commend our Minister and the Attorney General for pushing for the witness anonymity bill to go through. It was introduced in the House last Friday, and I'm hoping that pretty soon it will go through the stages and become law. Because what that bill is going to do is, well, it is not what we want exactly.
It's not a witness protection bill.
Yes, it's an anonymity bill. It is not exactly what we want, but it is a start. It will allow the prosecution to, when disclosing statements to the defense, the prosecution can apply to the magistrate to remove or to blot out any information on that statement that may be able to identify who the witness is. So that the witness name, the witness age, the witness address, where the witness work, all of those things will remove.
Any identifiers?
Yes, will be removed from the statement. It will also provide the prosecution to make application to the court for trial to be done via Zoom, or for the witness to testify from behind a screen.
Belize has had a nightly curfew in place since the start of the pandemic in 2020. The hours have been adjusted numerous times since then, but many are clamoring for the removal of the restrictions. The Belize Police Department is tasked with enforcing the restriction. However, when asked if he supports the lifting of the curfew, Compol Williams says he is fine either way.
If it is that the government decides to lift the curfew, yes, certainly we have to do more. I've said to officers that currently we know curfew is at 10 or at 12, and we work until then as much as we can. And when the curfew hour kick in, you can decide to take a little step back. If the curfew is lifted, then certainly we have to give that effort right throughout the night, because we certainly know that the criminals will be moving around. And so we are prepared if the curfew is to remove. I have heard people clamoring
What's
for
your
it.
position?
I don't have an issue with the curfew being removed. Certainly people do have the right of freedom of movement across this country. And if it is that the government decide that they want to remove it, I would welcome it. If they decide they want to keep it, I welcome that as well. It doesn't matter to me.
After the break, a bottleneck at the PGIA as travelers arrive without the mandatory travel health insurance. But first, here is a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
Small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, in tourism are invited to submit proposals for financial incentives under the Matching Grant Program, or MGP. The MGP is an activity under the Sustainable Tourism Program which provides funding to support projects that are beneficial to tourism, including COVID prevention, environmental, skills development, technology investment, marketing, or economic development. Targeted sectors include accommodation, food and beverage, transportation, travel trade, events and conferences, adventure and attractions, tourism services, tourism education and training, and other tourism-related services. Interested SMEs must complete and submit the required expression of interest forms for assessment and eligibility by February 21 at 4 p.m. Submit your expression of interest today. For more information, WhatsApp 67grant or 674-7268. Email grants.unit@belizetourismboard.org.
This Valentine's Day, share the love for less with Cellular World. Get the best deals on our selection of electronics and find the perfect gift for that special someone. Take advantage of our phone deals, starting as low as $45. Plus, we have the latest phones from Samsung, Apple, Alcatel, Xiaomi, to name a few. So whether you're looking for a tablet, smartwatch, headphone, gaming console, or speaker, we can help you share all the love for less. Visit us at any of our Cellular World branches in Belize City, Belmopan, and San Pedro. Or WhatsApp us at 615-5141 to start saving when you shop with us this Valentine's Day. Cellular World. Low prices, more choice.
Who offers the best mobile experience in Belize? You don't know? Well, the truth is, Digi, our national telecom, of course. Digi has the largest mobile LTE advanced network with over 96% countrywide coverage, offering the fastest mobile LTE data speeds at the most affordable rates with mobile plans that fit your lifestyle. The truth is, only Digi gives the ultimate mobile LTE experience. Visit your nearest Digi store to join the bigger, better network today. Digi, our national telecom. Visit us online at www.livedigi.com.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes, plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband, plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly, and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
Today, the travel insurance mandated by the Ministry of Tourism for international tourists to Belize came into effect. But the implementation was not without hiccups. News 5 has confirmed that some 50% of the people entering Belize today did not purchase the insurance ahead of their travel. So, they had to do so when they touched down at the PGIA. This created a bottleneck in their processing. According to the BTB, insurance agents are posted at all border entry points to help facilitate this process. But visitors are encouraged to buy it ahead of their trip for a smoother arrival. For more information, visitors can go to travelbelize.org for the official details. A quick check shows that the Insurance Corporation of Belize, better known as ICB, is the only insurance company so far that has met the requirements of the BTB, and as such has been included on the online portal. The joint unions met over the weekend to review documents presented by the government back in January on the state of the economy. The aim is to see if some relief can be given to teachers and public officers who had received a 10% salary cut and increment freeze in July of last year. Today, News 5 caught up with Senator Elena Smith of the BNTU and asked for an update.
It was just a meeting amongst ourselves to discuss strategies. What would be our position, what would be the way going forward. So our meeting would have been tomorrow, but unfortunately because of the situation it has been postponed to next week. And so when we meet next week, we should be meeting again to finalize or to confirm those positions that we will take into that meeting. And then we'll prepare ourselves for next week, Wednesday. So we are hoping to have a positive meeting next week, and we are hoping to be able to receive maybe confirmation at least or some information so that our teachers and public officers can have some type of a relief as it relates to the increment freeze and the salary cut.
After months of delay due to COVID, the CONCACAF Senior Women's Qualifiers kick off this week with the Belize's national football senior women's team squaring off against its first opponent in the D Division. Belize takes on Salvador's national team on Wednesday at El Salvador's Estadio Cuscatlan. Today, the team, led by head coach Wayne Casimiro, told the media today that COVID continues to affect the team's preparations.
Some of our players that were to be here aren't because of contracting COVID. So for us, that would be our biggest obstacle in terms of what would I call a setback for us. For me, we are ready to step on the pitch. It's 11 versus 11, and I don't see setbacks for us. It's just COVID for me. We are ready to be on the pitch and to play.
Could you go a bit into the training that went into the preparation part of it?
Well, we were in camp prior to coming here, and we did the basic elements that encompasses football, which is the tactical, technical, the physiological aspects of the game, and to ensure that our players are ready and understand what they are to do on the pitch. So,
Coach Casimiro says that despite the challenges with COVID, the Belize team went to camp early, did their homework, and prepared well for the matches.
Just done some studies based on previous games that El Salvador has played in the friendlies that they've done. So that's basically what we're doing, just video analysis of the little things that we've seen that they have played. And for us, we are here to compete.
Without letting the cat out of the bag, so to speak, there must be a game plan.
Yes, there is a game plan. I guess football comes with different systems, and the game is going to be dictated by what happens on the pitch. So our game plan is to be able to adjust to what our opponent does on the pitch and to be able to overcome any obstacles that we face while we're playing.
On Sunday, Belize will play a home game against Panama, and in April, we will face Barbados and Aruba. Wednesday's game against El Salvador will start at 3:30 in the afternoon. There's more news after the break, but first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Pelican, the beer of Belize.
In these trying times, Smart is here to lessen the burden. Smart's reduced roaming rates save you while traveling. Calls back home are a low 35 cents per minute when visiting Canada, the US, and Mexico, or pay as low as 50 cents for calls when visiting countries in the Caribbean, Central, and South America. For the month of February and March, enjoy an unbelievable low rate of 30 cents per megabyte when roaming with mobile data in Canada, the US, Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. Whether you are a business traveler, studying abroad, visiting loved ones, or just traveling for pleasure, Smart's new roaming rates have got you covered. Roaming in China, Europe, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean is as low as the cost of making a local call. It's that low. Smart's roaming coverage continues to grow, so you can also enjoy affordable roaming rates in several destinations across the globe. For more information on rates to other countries, visit our website or call 1090 for more details before you travel. Smart, bringing people together.
Connecting people. Creating memories.
Hey guys, so here we are at the Glaze Out Kitchen. I just prepared this amazing broccoli.
Sharing a smile. NextGen, the ultimate digital experience.
Since the Caribbean Court of Justice affirmed Maya communal land rights several years ago, much has been said about the consent order that was handed down by the bench. Both parties, including the government of Belize and the Maya community, are required to work with each other in putting together a free, prior and informed consent protocol, FPIC, to determine how engagement will take place where Maya lands are concerned. But many may not know what the consent order actually spells out. Over the weekend, Senior Counsel Godfrey Smith attended an event organized by the Maya Leaders Alliance, during which he explained what the consent order seeks to accomplish.
It's fundamental that you begin by understanding what the consent order says. So the first thing, remember now the parties agree. Why did they agree? The thing had gone to High Court front of Conte, then to Court of Appeal front of other judges. And then they were fighting it at the CCJ. And the government decided, no, it don't make sense. We don't win this. Consent. That's why you consent. We don't have to fight anymore. So what the consent order do? It means that the parties, government and MLA/TAA, those are the parties, crucial to understand. They affirm that customary land tenure exists in the Maya villages, in the Maya villages in the Toledo district, gives rise to constitutional protection. So let's deconstruct this. What does customary land tenure means? It simply means the way in which the Mayas as a community use their land over time. Different from how we use it. We use the 1D parcel and we fence it up quick, high fence, cement fence. For them it's not that. It's the whole community, the whole village land that they use, as Dr. Bernardo explained, to hunt, fish, everything. So it's that practice, that system of land that the consent order affirm exists. Exists where?
Senior Counsel Smith also provided a summary of the CCJ's decision in respect of that matter. He contextualized the significance of the community title by comparing it to a vast swaths of land held by individual title holders.
The CCJ didn't say this part now, so I don't want to be any confusion. I am now saying, in summary, the judgment says the Maya have community title. And just like an individual, you, me, or whoever, the people who own big parcels of land, 30,000, have their individual title. And you can't go upon somebody's land and have the individual title. If it's a parcel or if it's 20,000, if they can stop you in that same way. It's the same concept except that one title for the village, for each village, for all their people on it. So it's for these 20,000 people, Maya people, that this community land is for. Some people say, but why do they want so much land? Well, there's not so much land if you look at how much it is and you see how much Maya people there are, how many villages, and you divide it up, it's less than what single individuals own, tens of thousands of acres. Okay? And so The meaning of the judgment also is that this community title enforceable against government or anybody else.
The delegation from the Caribbean Development Bank has concluded its visit to Belize. The group headed by President Dr. Jean Leon met with the Prime Minister and Cabinet, the Central Bank of Belize, the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Citrus Growers Association. Sessions were also held with agencies including projects having CDB support and with the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center. The group stopped in at the Hub in Belize City, a community resource center located in the Lake Independence area, and made site visits to the Coastal Road Highway Upgrading Project and the Belmopan Polyclinic. 4 projects were also launched to enhance trade. The first will study the amount of time it takes for goods to be processed through the Customs and Excise Department and the feasibility of establishing an electronic single window for trade in Belize. The second project involves improving the processes undertaken by the Belize Bureau of Standards. The Belize Agricultural Health Authority will benefit from the third project, which will develop a risk-based sanitary and phytosanitary import and export control system. And the final project is a CDB grant to the Toledo Cacao Growers Association. Up next, government departments respond to the ostrich permit problem. Stay with us.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank Contactless MasterCard Debit Card. Introducing our Standard Debit and MasterCard Platinum Debit Cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
What is the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine? The Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is an RNA vaccine that triggers our immune system to develop antibodies against the SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19. It helps to reduce hospitalization, severity of the disease, and death. What is the Pfizer vaccine made of, and is it safe? The Pfizer vaccine is made up of mRNA messenger ribonucleic acid, which are molecules that carry the genetic information needed to make proteins, lipid, salts, and sugar. It is safe for persons 12 years and older and does not contain the COVID-19 virus, hence cannot cause infection. Tests have shown that the vaccine is effective against current virus variants. Who should take the Pfizer vaccine? The Pfizer vaccine should be taken by persons 12 years of age and older who do not have severe allergic reaction after a previous dose of vaccine or have not had severe allergic reaction to any ingredient of this vaccine. 2 doses of the vaccine are required 3 weeks apart. If you are between the ages of 12 and 17 years, you are required to present a signed consent form before you are vaccinated. What are the side effects of the Pfizer vaccine? Some common side effects of the Pfizer vaccine are headache, fatigue, muscle pain, fever, chills, and swelling at the injection site. If side effects persist, contact your doctor as soon as possible. Does the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine prevent infection and transmission? No, vaccination alone does not prevent infection and transmission. We are still required to continue to wear masks properly, physically distance, wash and sanitize hands often, practice proper coughing and sneezing hygiene, and avoid crowds.
When something is good and you can save, that makes it even better. Like this guy, he buys Flex bundles using his promo credit. No worries when his primary credit is finished. He gets talk, text, and data for free. Or her, she calls her family internationally with her promo credit. And with data packages so affordable, she even does video calls. Smart continues to offer great deals and affordable promotions. As a small business owner, she saves when she uses her promo credit to call the other guys. All Smart customers enjoy more triple days and knowing they can use their promo credit, which just lasts longer. Smart, bringing people together.
Last week, Cayo businesswoman Nancy Marin expressed frustration over her attempts to obtain an import permit for ostriches. She claims that she has been stonewalled or had to deal with too much red tape for 6 years. Marin showed us copies of correspondence that indicated that one agency had granted the permit, but another didn't. After News 5 spoke with Marin, we contacted the acting managing director of the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, Francisco Gutierrez. He says Baja had no problem granting permission once Marin had met their requirements, but that the delay was because the Department of Forestry had their own issues to consider.
I am not sure that she started this process 6 years ago. I'm only aware that a few months ago she initiated the process with Baja. However, eventually we made a determination that it was safe to import the animal or animals under the conditions stipulated in the permit. Now, why we held back the permit? Firstly, we never really revoke our permit. We haven't canceled the permit, so to speak. We're just holding back on the importation, pending a decision from the wildlife unit of the Department of Forestry, which is under the broad umbrella of the Ministry of Environment, etc. And so the reality is that yes, we had given the go-ahead, we issued the permit with the conditions, but then we got official correspondence from Forestry saying that ostriches are included in the list of protected species under CITES, which is the international convention having to do with the movement of trade and movement, etc., of endangered species. As a regulatory body and as a government entity, for that matter, we also have to respect the mandates of other entities, competent authorities, etc. So, based on that official communication, we decided to hold back the permit. And as soon as she gets to go ahead, she'll be able to bring in. We just give her back the permit with a new date of expiry and everything, and then she can proceed with that.
So today, the Department of Forestry indicated that they have also approved a permit for Marin to import ostriches, but that she must present a management plan. Deputy Chief Forest Officer John Pinello Jr. told News 5 this is required of everyone. He also says the delay on their end was caused by this being a first-time event.
What has happened from our perspective of the application is that Ms. Marin has been talking to Baja for I don't know how many years. She said she has been speaking to them. But the first time that Ms. Marin formally contacted us was the 1st of February, 2022, by an email. Today is the 15th of February, and we have the permits ready. Now, I will tell you that 2 weeks to process one of these permits is fast-tracking it. There is no issue. It is a process. You don't walk in here and get a permit to import an animal that has never been formally imported into the country, that we are setting up criteria on how you handle it, and that we have to do our investigations and find out whether it is practical to have this animal in Belize. Now, you may say Guatemala, but Guatemala and Mexico does. But maybe they have better systems in place already. We don't. So it's something new for us, and we had to go through all our criteria or stipulations on the permits to make sure that we protect, firstly, our local species in this country, and secondly, that this thing doesn't get out of proportion, and in 10 years, everybody has ostriches all over the place, and we don't know what negative effects we will have on our environment, on our wildlife, on our country, on health. You know, we're dealing with a pandemic right now that it is said that it was caused by animal to human transmission. So it is something that is of concern globally. The permit does not authorize the permit holder to undertake captive breeding and ranching of the wildlife in their possession unless a management plan is prepared and approved by the Forest Department. You know, if people don't know, these animals are dangerous. They have 2-inch talons on their legs. They can kill somebody with one kick. So those are some of the stipulations that we had to make sure that we put into account on the permit before we process the permit.
Pinelo says permits for ostrich importation will be granted on a case-by-case basis. And for people who already imported ostriches illegally, the Forestry Department will have to set up some type of formal regulations for them in order that this new industry is managed properly. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.